No, she said they'd be done tonight. And I remember I slept the entire duration.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, you
Oh,
said
we're
that we were
starting.
gonna.
You are so lucky that it got delayed until 5. If it was at 4:30,
Oopsies.
okay, are we
Are we cooking? Listen, you
trying to
said
find
5.
it?
And I was like, okay, 5. I'll just set my alarm clock.
Oh, is it? There it goes, I think. It says you're live, but I can't find it.
I'm also like refreshing. Can't
Yeah,
find anything.
I'm like refreshing. It has like the little live symbol, but it's like not coming up.
There we go. Uh, looks like we are cooking.
Yay! Please tell me we were muted.
No, no.
Oh, we weren't muted? Okay, awesome. Anyway, that's cool. Hey, thanks for coming back. We had some technical difficulties, but everything is fine now. I don't know how much of our conversation got picked up, but cool. We were just talking about pizza, honestly. So, nothing bad. But yeah, we're back. We're good. We're gonna head into the second round here. We've got Vice Versa versus Ravens right now. After that first round, we've got Vice Versa at a 7-2 lead. So very, very impressive work there. Definitely not something that I expected coming into these finals, but anything can happen, especially when Opera Singer is involved.
Absolutely. Opera Singer is just a crazy hunter to see in general. Super strong. We are going to see that the Vice Versa will be hunting first, and the map is hospital.
Yeah. My oh my god, were we live? Yeah, that's immortalized now. So anyway. Okay. Well, we will have the global bands coming in. We're going to have Coordinator and Gardener band, and we will be seeing Priestess and Acrobat join them in the basement. Immediately
Yeah.
we're going to have the Opera Singer band, which is unsurprising, and we will be picking Barmaid and Entomologist.
Maybe trying to counter out something like a Hermit or a Dream Witch.
Yeah.
Both of who are pretty viable options. So you know who else could be viable on this map? Naiad, please. We are going to see an antiquarian band and then a forward block. So we are going to see some William gameplay. Very fun, very always exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Forward, but I am definitely very excited to see that Forward coming out here. It's always fun to see, you know, it kind of feels like he should have had his run as a harasser, but he stays despite, you know, that 30% decoding debuff. Despite kind of the risks that come with bringing a Forward on your team, we still continue to see, oh, we're going to be seeing an Aeroplanist here. I am very excited about that one.
Oh, very fun, very fun. It's been a while since we've seen some gameplay from Aeroplanist. We don't really see him too frequently in tournaments at all.
Yeah, but Pablo is, I think, the fourth, I want to say right now. Somewhere in that S badge range of the Aeroplanist, which I know because I'm actually gunning for an Aeroplanist badge myself, so I've actually been paying attention to that. But, yeah, I'm very excited to see that Aeroplanist coming out here. I really hope that the hover does its job this time. There was a bit of a mishap the last time we saw the aeroplanist hover coming in this tournament. But I had to rearrange all the buttons on my screen to avoid that, so here's hoping that Pablo has done the same.
Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
It's always fun to see an aeroplanist. I mean, we had this conversation before about off-meta picks being fun, but I feel like Aeroplanus is especially like one of those picks that is just underrated. Because he's kind of a merc, he's kind of a patient, he's a little bit of both. But I think the biggest thing with Aeroplanus is that he does have a 2% decoding buff, which isn't much, but it's something.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, and it also applies to every cipher he touches. So if he just taps the cipher and then leaves, that cipher permanently has a 2% decoding buff, which isn't much, but it's something. But we are going to get our persona webs in here. Do you want to take that off from me?
Yes, we are also going to see the hunter as Nightwatch. Nightwatch, my beloved. We are going to move forward on Tide with the entomologist and barmaid, as well as the aeroplanist, all on broken windows and all bringing borrowed time. Very excited. We love Nightwatch. Surprised there's no flywheels. It's always interesting to see, at least one flywheel, because I know a lot of people will use the flywheel counter as like a blink callout counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think the surrender button also works as...
Yes, but not in
blink.
customs.
Oh, you're right. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they will just be counting very much.
They probably
but definitely exciting. Yeah, it's exciting to see that Nightwatch coming out here. It's not something that, I don't think we've seen a Nightwatch all day, actually, unless I missed one in the previous matches.
Maybe we'll see some Invisible Man.
I would love to see some Invisible Man. That skin, literally one of the nicest. One of the nicest skins that they've put out, I think, for the Deduction Star series.
The Deduction Stars this year have been eating so far, not a miss.
Yeah, because we've gotten... I feel like, my one issue is that the Psychologist Juliet skin, her face is, odd. But it's fine.
Fat removal, Botox in the chin.
They did. They plastic surgery'd her, but... Other than that, who else has Deduction Star coming up? I think Entomologist and Sculptor? Is that it?
Yes, I think Sculptor is next. I think the leak said, she's getting the skin called Clara. I don't remember what movie it's from.
Well, it'll probably be good. They have had really, really good Deduction Stars this year. But I guess we will see. We could also see a Morning Star, or we could just see a nice little B tier, C tier. Default Nightwatch is also just a really nice model, honestly. But it looks like we will be seeing that Invisible Man here. So very excited to see that. Always fun to have the new skins kind of be showcased here.
And speaking of newer skins, we are going to see the Aeroplanist rocking with that debut skin, which is kind of cool. I think he's neat.
I do like the Aeroplanist does have a really nice S tier. It's just a shame that it's his only skin.
Worn clothes.
Yeah, he's got worn clothes and default, and the S tier. Except the S tier doesn't even show up in his library because it's shop S tier. But anyway, we're getting very off topic. Thank you guys for bearing with us. But we are going to head into this first half of the second round here. We're going to have Entomologist spawn in the hospital, forward spawn right outside of it. Looks like we have Barmaid up in the shack ruins, and Aeroplanist kind of in the open, I would say.
Yep, I think that out of everyone, the Nightwatch probably want to chase the Barmaid most of all, which is why they did put her in that really strong kiting area. And of course, the Entomologist can come and bring in additional support after that drink.
Yeah, that area is definitely not somewhere you want to be stuck, because even with the Nightwatch, there's really not a lot that he can do in that area. So we're definitely going to want to go into a more open area. I would be interested to see the forward possibly take a kite at some point, because the wind can kind of get in the way of that ball. But we're going to head right into this. I am Bones, this is Ray. We are going to see vice versa hunting and Raven surviving for the second round.
Yep, and it looks like Indy has gone ahead and caught sight of the barmaid. We are going to see a Trump detention blink build, which is interesting because I've seen a lot of night watches bring insolence, just to kind of get the faster the faster wind current.
Yeah, definitely interesting that we're not seeing that come in here, but looks like we're going to just play around this window here. Barmaid wanting to take that basic hit oh so badly, and we are just going to take it. We're going to have that, going to have the drink in play here, and it looks like the bees are actually going to come into support, so Night Watch not going to be able to catch up, and Barmaid will be getting that heal off.
Absolutely, and she's probably going to hide behind the pallet, use the pallet breaking animation to mix that second drink, or alternatively, she's just going to keep running. Putting yourself in a little bit of a rough situation, and we do of course see the entomologist at the birdcage area.
Yeah, very nicely done there. I'm definitely surprised that the barmaid didn't mix another drink. But barmaid is going to go down. It looks like Aeroplanist is kind of in the area here, possibly wanting to go for that rescue, but Aeroplanist also doesn't have Tide Turner. So it would be a little bit interesting there. Forward is also, looks like he is crossing the map, but he does have Wanted Order. Nightwatch is bringing Wanted Order, as well as an anti-stun build, so really kind of respecting that forward here. And being a little bit cautious.
Absolutely, and the ciphers are coming along pretty well. We do have 2 ciphers remaining, but they are kind of all in a pretty neat line with each other.
Yeah, we are going to have the forward take a hit here, but coming in for a stun, beautiful stun there. And quite a long one as well. I think that was about a quarter of the ball being used. So very nicely done there by Kisuke, just to waste as much time as possible here for the barmaid. But Blink is going to come into play, and we're going to immediately switch to Teleport coming into the end game here. Barmaid doesn't really have much to work with, especially since we aren't seeing that second Dovlin, but we're going to just force forward to waste as much of his ball as possible, and there is actually none of it left, so those stuns will not be a problem here.
Yeah, and then we do see Yendi going ahead and bringing ever closer to the chair so that the entomologist can't really decode that cipher in peace. And how fortunate for the Aeroplanist to be the one on Wanted, as he's the only one full health, who could really go in for that rescue, is going to get that down on the entomologist and head back to the chair.
Yeah, looks like Forward's actually starting a new cipher here. They don't really have a cipher with a significant amount of progress, other than the one that's at the barmaid's chair. It's at about 40%, but it does look like we are going to get that rescue on the barmaid, and beautiful playing around this pallet. Unfortunately, with no items left to utilize, barmaid is just going to go straight down, but it looks like Aeroplanist is actually able to heal up the entomologist.
It's just going to go ahead and try and pressure them away to get the barmaid. This is looking like a tie situation. Or potentially a 3-kill.
Yeah, having the ciphers spread out like this is definitely really good for Ravens if they want to try and bring this back around. Forward, going in a chest for an elbow pad, it looks like, but Nightwatch is well on his way over, and is going to spot out the forward. This isn't a great area for the Nightwatch to be stuck in, though, especially with no blink to utilize, so it might not be the easiest chase, but he does have quite a bit of time here with the entomologist and the Aeroplanist taking the time to heal each other up. There's definitely the forward is going to have to contain for quite some time here.
And of course, they were able to successfully reset, which is always wonderful to see for the survivors. He's going to use that elbow pad to go ahead and hop out of the wind current and transition over to the next kiting area.
Ooh, nicely done playing around that pallet. And we're going to use another speed boost and a terror shock on the forward. Not able to vault that in time, even with the fast vaulting of the forward. We're going to teleport over to the aeroplanist here, playing around this pallet, but oh, just getting caught on the other side of it. Aeroplanist is going to take a hit there. Still has, it looks like, 2 jetpacks left to utilize, but it looks like we have already used that hover, so not going to be able to kind of jump over anything, but getting pulled off of that vault. Unfortunately, getting a little bit tripped up there with the jetpack is going to go down right away.
And we are just going to go ahead and see the entomologist maybe trying to sneak into the rescue while Yindi goes to just kind of pressure that forward off of his Cypher, doing a fantastic job kind of keeping them on their toes, not really allowing them to reset or not reset, but allow them to finish those Cyphers.
Yeah, Aeroplanist is hard at work at about 50% through that Cypher. 60%. Yeah, accelerated decoding is really no joke, and that 2% decoding buff is doing a lot of work here, but it looks like forward is going to go down once again. Does still have self-heal to utilize, but it looks like we're just going to go right for that chair here. Really looking for these eliminations coming into the latter half of the match. And this is a chair that's pretty far away from the Cypher. We do have teleport coming. Oh, are we going for the basement? That's a little bit dangerous. Oh, but we're going for the fall. It's going to cancel the animation. Oh my god, we're going to get the fall hit. The Cypher's not... Oh, the Cypher's prime, but we're going to get the hit in.
Absolutely amazing job from Yindi. I've never seen that before.
I've seen it in like Douyin clips, but that's it. That is absolutely insane to see happening in a match live. What a play there from Yindi, canceling that animation. Getting the forward chaired here. Unfortunately, it is going to be that first chair, but the gate is right here. Aeroplanist is opening it. It's almost open. Are we going to be able to get him out of it? He does still have the jetpack, but that is going to be the nerfed range of the jetpack, or of the Tempest. So, unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to knock the Aeroplanist down. Entomologist is on the other side of the map, though, and doesn't look like she's near dungeon, so might be able to rotate around to the gate.
That does look like her intention. And unfortunately, Yindi did teleport to the wrong gate. The entomologist basically has a free and clear path to the exit gate, making this a tie situation.
Yeah, a tie is definitely not a bad result here, especially since we are working with that Night Watch, who is a little bit disadvantaged, I would say, since the nerf went through. But what a beautiful end game there. Getting that play was just incredible.
Absolutely stunning. That needs to go on like the clips and highlights reel. Amazing.
Wow. That would, like, I literally, I've never seen something like that outside of, like, you know those, like, the, like, Douyin geishas that, like, do blink fall hit tricks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kind of thing. That's the only time I've seen...
With, like, the really intense music and, like, the techno filter?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, but that was just absolutely crazy. And just so well done by Yindi, even if it was a draw situation in the end there. Just what a beautiful performance.
Overall, just great job from the survivor. Yindi had a phenomenal game there, just providing a lot of pressure for the team, not really giving them a second to breathe.
Yeah, but we will be heading into the second half here with LX as our hunter for Ravens, and vice versa will be surviving. Looks like we are going to start with banning Priestess and Dancer. The global bans for vice versa as well are... Let me check. Lawyer and Gardener, so honestly, not that big of a deal when it comes to the round 2 picks, especially since we're not going to be dealing with an opera singer. Lawyer would always be nice, but not the end of the world, you know.
Yeah, we may end up seeing for this. I think it would be fun to see maybe something like a disciple.
Ooh.
She's pretty decent on this map, or even, I'm not biased or anything, but
You're gonna
Naiad.
Naiad, yep.
Listen, I like her on this map.
It's okay, I respect it.
But I
I
like her
got
on
the
every
Sears discount.
map.
Sorry, I had notifications up, and apparently I have the. Wait, did they not? Yes, they did. Look. Anyway, I didn't realize I
yeah.
had those.
Overall, just a really good job from everybody on the team. And being able to see such strong gameplay, just the variety of different options that have been provided.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of room here for Ravens to kind of make up the point deficit. We are, having a draw situation here. It's not the worst thing in the world, especially for vice versa. Even if they tie this round, they will still be in the lead. So we'll see. And we'll definitely be able to see if LX is able to kind of close that gap here. But we are going to wait on the ban picks from vice versa. I would definitely be interested to see if they pick, something a little bit weird. Probably in the later stages, but we might see like a psychologist coming out here, maybe a patient, maybe a rescuer first. But it looks like we're actually going to go with the acrobat and the barmaid first. Very respectable picks, and very strong picks as well. I'm definitely excited to see that acrobat coming on a map like Sacred Heart.
Absolutely, he's got a lot of really fun bomb spots. We could also potentially see the dancer or even a toy merchant.
I would be very, very excited to see that toy merchant coming out here. It looks like we are going to lock in. Okay, yeah, we're going to ban the mercenary, lock in the first officer, and we are going to ban the antiquarian as well. So that does leave a spot open for that toy merchant if vice versa decides to go in that direction. We could also go with maybe a more aggressive harasser here.
Yeah, maybe someone like the enchantress, or even someone like a prospector.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun to see a prospector. Prospector is a lot of fun to watch on Sacred Heart. There's a lot of kind of interesting magnet locations that you can do. Not necessarily, the window trick with him, but there's a lot of walls, a lot of stray things to kind of catch the hunter on, pull them into, push them into. So there's a lot of fun stuff. We are going to see the entomologist instead, which does still kind of count as a harasser here. We did just see how effective she can be. And hopefully vice versa is kind of able to also bring that kind of effective harasser to the table.
Yeah, just a really fun, really varied kind of opportunity to kind of play with the team comps. But we are going to go ahead and see the Ento pick. Ento was also really strong on this map. She does have the ability to provide support, especially if she spawns in hospital.
Yeah, I would definitely expect that hospital spawn from the entomologist. I'm very interested to see kind of that second, the second coming of the barmaid and entomologist duo. I would definitely expect to see kind of that synergy coming back through here, in another match, or in a second match in a row, I guess. But we are going to get the persona webs in here. Barmaid, flywheel, acrobat, flywheel, entomologist with broken windows, and first officer with tide, I would assume. All of those have borrowed time. Very, very safe builds here. Just wanting to secure as many points on the board here as possible. I think if they manage to 3 escape this, it will be vice versa's victory.
Yes, I do believe so. That would be
Ooh.
vice versa.
we're going to see a Soul Weaver being locked in as our hunter here. Or maybe that's a violinist, actually. What does Vio mean?
Yeah, violinist or Violetta? Violinist.
Hey, either way, that is a very exciting pick here. And neither one is really one that we tend to see. We do see Soul Weaver a little. Okay, yeah, it is violinist. Sorry for the miscommunication, but violinist is not a hunter that we see often at all. He kind of had his moment and then he fell out of the top of the meta, but such a fun hunter to watch. And I would say definitely an off-meta pick here coming into this round.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, to get a 3 escape the violinist, I feel is definitely an interesting choice. We could have maybe seen something like a Dream Witch.
I feel like Dream Witch would kind of struggle on Sacred Heart, though.
That's true. Sacred Heart is just so survivor-sided. There are just a lot of hunters that struggle because there are just so many strong kiting areas.
Yeah, it's very, it's definitely a risk, but I feel like it's high risk, high reward, because violinists can be very effective, on Sacred Heart Hospital. There's a lot of, opportunities to kind of use the notes to lock off, windows, lock off pallets, and in the tight kiting areas here on Sacred Heart, there's a lot of opportunity to really just get in the way of the survivor's ability to kite. With the barmaid as well, she does run the risk of, getting sniped by one of those notes midway through a heal. There's a lot of potential for this violinist, and I would say that LX definitely wouldn't have picked the violinist if he wasn't confident. So it's definitely the thing with off-meta hunter picks, that you really do need to be certain in your skill, especially when you are coming from behind here. Bare minimum, a draw, a 3-man escape would, I think... Would a 3-man escape...
A 3-man
no,
escape...
I think they would still be behind heading into round... Or behind points-wise heading into round 3.
Yeah, I mean, not much that can be done. They are going to go ahead and try and just scrape out as many points as they can while they have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, getting a 4-man elimination here by LX would tie up the score. So that would be really interesting to see if we were able to do that. But otherwise, I mean, as long as LX gets a draw here, then we will continue to round 3.
But I feel like they may have been expecting something like the violinist with the double flywheel, which is able to kind of flywheel past that note damage if timed correctly.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely kind of going to be a thorn in the side here of the violinist. But it's still just a very, very exciting pick coming in here. Yeah, Flywheel Barmaid definitely does kind of feel like they were expecting that. Because Barmaid does generally enjoy a little bit more of that, like, broken windows, break as much distance as possible, just to get the heal off. But having that flywheel, it does kind of feel like they were looking for that violinist, maybe a Naiad, but yeah, LX does have a really big hunter pool, so I would say a little bit unpredictable, but definitely still a very fun pick.
Absolutely, this should be a very entertaining game from everybody on both sides. We are going to go ahead and see Worn Clothes, aka the best skin in the game.
Absolute best skin in the game. 10 out of 10. Fashion show.
It's okay, I'd rather see Worn Clothes than that Logic Path.
Oh god. Do people even have the Logic Path yet?
I've seen a few people get it.
Oof. Yeah,
I'm still personally at spot 400 on the Logic Path.
I think that well, we'll get to that later. But yeah, we will be having that entomologist spawning in the hospital once again. It looks like Barmaid's actually going to spawn a little bit out in the open, so really looking for that entomologist support coming in with a possible first chase. Acrobat spawning in the North Ruins here, and first officer spawning out in the open. And of course, Violinist is going to spawn in the shack, blocking that off, possibly locking off the first officer cipher as well. But regardless, this is going to be the second half of round 2. If in the event that Vice Versa is able to get a 3-man escape here, they will take the Checkmate Championship. So good luck to both teams. I am Bones, this is Ray, and we're going to get right into it.
Yeah, looks like the violinist is going ahead and setting sights on potentially that barmaid, being able to spot her out. And ooh, a very well-timed note, very well done. Absolutely great job. First note landing. We are seeing peepers as the trait of choice, but we will be chasing that entomologist.
Ooh, a little bit of a misstep on that note there, not quite getting into the pallet as Alex may have hoped, but this kite is going to continue with that entomologist. A bit of an interesting decision to swap off the barmaid so early, but I definitely understand it, especially since with no blink in play, the barmaid was able to break a lot of distance. We're going to miss that note as well. The entomologist bees kind of throwing off that timing there. We're going to place a peeper here and kind of just avoid that pallet. Leaving the pallet down is definitely a good choice here, considering that is how a lot of violinists are able to aim. But a beautiful note there. And we are going to have our second presence unlocked here. Looks like we're going to just get as many notes as possible on the entomologist, slowing her down and continuing this chase.
Yeah, honestly, the thing is with the oh, beautiful second note. I was going to say that the entomologist, with the additional speed boost provided by the bees, but does not matter. Hunter was able to go ahead and predict that, doing a phenomenal job getting her down. We are going to see the first officer start to head in for the rescue. Missing the string, unfortunately. But now, just trying to see if we can get the hit. Oh! Is able to get the hit on the chair.
Yeah, getting that note there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get the hit. We're going to get a hit on the first officer, though, anyway. And it looks like we're just going to turn around and change targets to that entomologist. Entomologist was able to break quite a bit of distance, though, and violinist is not the fastest hunter. But, oh, we're going to actually teleport over to that cipher. Do we? Okay, never mind. Looks like we do have full presence here, and oh, entomologist trying to dodge the notes, but unfortunately is going to get caught by them.
Yeah, a little unfortunate on the entomologist. She may have slightly misjudged her position. But overall, just a very good play from the violinist. However, we are at one cipher. Because the last cipher has just now been opened up.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, I would say, for their decoding progress, but they do... If they're able to push for that 3-man escape, I mean, that would be absolutely incredible here. I think they might really be able to do it. Entomologist is about to take off here. It doesn't look like Barmaid is going to be able to make it unless, no, not quite able to make it there. Tried to use the speed drink just to make it in time. Unfortunately, Entomologist will be taking off here. Barmaid opening up a new cipher, but it looks like LX has eyes on that injured first officer.
Yeah, honestly, just a very strong play. A little unfortunate that the barmaid could not get that in. Oh, beautiful note, going ahead and putting the first officer on tide turner, not really giving him the chance to prolong the kite as long as they would have enjoyed.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate there. First officer is going to be chaired here, but it does look like... we are going to have Barmaid continuing that decoding. Acrobat is going to come in for the rescue. We're kind of playing around this cipher here. It looks like Barmaid doesn't really want to be caught out here. Unfortunately, Alex does know exactly where that cipher is, and we will be switching over to the Barmaid.
Yep, looks like the acrobat and the first officer will be taking this time to heal up. Oh, a little unfortunate is going to go ahead and take that hit, and will beautiful flywheel to avoid the heavy hit, and will do a great job at avoiding all of those melee hits. Unfortunately, the Barmaid will be going down here after taking her drink.
Yeah, looks like we're opening up another new cipher here. First officer and acrobat both on it. Just trying to get it done as fast as possible. Barmaid is going to be chaired right outside though, and LX definitely knows that they are trying to decode it. On the plus side though, we don't actually have Blink here, so Psyche's a little bit safer in that birdcage than earlier, but Acrobat is going to be coming in for this rescue.
Yeah, just a great job from everybody on the team. The Acrobat did go ahead and get that sneaky rescue from behind. Now, however, the Barmaid does not have a lot to work with, and these notes are just incredibly accurate.
Yeah, really, really well done here. It looks like that chair is actually despawned. I don't know if that was how it was on your screen, but it was like that on mine. The chair was just gone. But anyway, oh, a beautiful hit there. But an instant cipher pop as well. Absolutely beautiful work there from Vice Versa Survivors. Acrobat does still have flywheel to utilize. Beautiful flywheel there, but needs to avoid the note. We're going to be able to avoid the note, but we still have the second string, and that is going to connect. This will be, I would say, likely a draw here, but LX does have teleport up and can definitely cut off the first officer or the Barmaid at a gate. We'll have to see.
He may be lost. Oh, is able to catch sight of the first officer and able to go ahead and down him. And the first officer does have chair time.
Yeah, we are going to see Barmaid's actually doubled back and gone for that Acrobat rescue, so they're really pushing for this tie here, not wanting to give any leeway here towards Ravens, really wanting to just preserve their lead as much as possible coming into coming into round 3. But looks like Acrobat is going to take this chase, but Barmaid is on her way over to the first officer's chair.
Oh, and with the slow bomb, the violinist becomes even slower. It is a little unfortunate. However, the exit gate is open, so the Barmaid will be able to get out through the exit gate, and the Acrobat could potentially kite over to the dungeon area.
Yeah, it looks like that is exactly the plan here, but we do have the violinist note ready to go. Will we be able to land it? Oh, not quite! Acrobat is going to be able to get dungeon!
Dungeon clutch from the Acrobat, being able to avoid out that string hit and just get into the dungeon, putting it into a tie position. Very good job, very good job.
Yeah, beautiful work there from Vice Versa Survivors, just really having that tenacity there, going for that endgame rescue on the Acrobat, and just waiting it out, you know, that really is the way that you have to play Survivor. Especially against, you know, kudos to LX for those strings were absolutely terrifying. And just so accurate, so unpredictable. You know, from our point of view, it looks like the survivors are walking into them, but you know, that's just how good violinists work and how they operate. So beautiful work there. Again, you know, it was still a draw, but it's sort of a blank slate. I mean, we do still have that 5-point lead here on the side of Vice Versa. So anything could happen coming into this third round.
Yeah, just a really grand gameplay from everybody. I'm very pleased with the um, strength of the violinist that we've seen today.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying, you know, LX would not have picked that violinist if he wasn't confident in it, and that was raw confidence that we saw.
Absolutely.
Just knowing when to time those notes, knowing where to aim those notes. Beautiful, beautiful work there. But yeah, beautiful dungeon escape as well from that acrobat. So close. Very scary work, but very clutch in turn. But it looks like Vice Versa is going to have the map pick for round 3, so definitely does give them a little bit of an advantage on top of their point advantage.
Yeah, just looking forward to heading into the next round. Just a phenomenal job from everybody. Alrighty.
Yeah, very big thank you to everybody for watching this. To everybody on the teams, of course, for playing and doing your absolute best here. And to the staff, thank you to Ali, Junie, everybody who's come together to make this tournament happen. It's a wonderful experience, it really is. And it's something that we need more of in NAU, kind of this community, celebrating the game, celebrating each other. And it's always so much fun to be able to commentate for these things. So thank you guys for listening to me as well.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for putting up with us as we go ahead and start to move into the final round. We are going to see the Ever Sleeping as the map pick. There are quite a few hunters who can excel on this map, like the Bloody Queen, the Geisha, the Naiad, and the Night Watch as well. We are going to go ahead and see the hunters go first. So that will always be fun to see. Overall, just really excited to go ahead and watch this gameplay. I would like to see perhaps the Geisha. We did see Mushin pull an absolutely stunning Geisha match earlier today on the Ever Sleeping. Absolutely just super excited to see. But Wheel is also available on this map, and the Guard 26 is also available as well.
Yeah, it would be really exciting. We haven't seen a lot of Guard 26s kind of at all. But I would definitely be very excited to see that. Looks like we are going to have LX hunting first here. So we will be seeing those Vice Versa survivors once again. And yeah, we should be getting our band picks in shortly. Just to review our global bans right now, for Vice Versa are Lawyer, Gardener, and let me check. Lawyer, Gardener, Acrobat, and Barmaid.
Yeah, so potentially you could play a Chip Hunter here with the Barmaid offline. However, the Psychologist is still available as well. We are going to see the Priestess and the Dancer being banned. The Dancer being able to provide a lot of support in the middle area, preventing transition. And the Priestess, of course, being provided, being blocked out from her playground here on Ever Sleeping Town, which we all know is one of the best maps for the Priestess. We are going to see the violinist ban, as well as the opera ban, both for the sake of the respect. This is also a strong map for the violinist, so completely understandable why they would take that route.
Yeah, definitely not surprising to see that violinist ban coming through here. But LX does have a very respectable hunter pool, so I feel like the violinist band here won't really, trip things up as much, as vice versa might want it to. But again, taking that violinist off the table after the last match, they fought hard for that tie.
It was
that's
very,
really not
very close.
Yeah, it was literally like a frame away from not getting that dungeon escape. So having a bit less stress coming into this is always a good thing. So we should be getting those survivor picks in shortly. I would definitely like to see like maybe the entomologist getting picked first here, possibly a rescuer as well, just to kind of get out of the way before those bans come through.
Absolutely. We may even see something like a gravekeeper if the first officer and the mercenary do end up being banned. Or, we could see that toy merchant who is very strong on this map.
Holding out for that toy merchant.
I'm campaigning outside of the headquarters.
Outside of Checkmate headquarters?
Yep.
Cool.
With my sign saying toy merchant, smiley face, smiley face.
Oh, it looks like we're going to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
All right. Going to lock in that embalmer and the psychologist here. So really looking for that tankier survivor, especially now that mercenary is going to be banned as well. I would definitely, with that mercenary ban here, instead of the first officer ban, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing one of those ship hunters, like you were saying, maybe a sculptor, maybe a hermit. We could definitely see a hermit coming out here. We did see Alex play a beautiful hermit in the last match against Envy, so I would be very excited to see that hermit coming out here, especially since the barmaid is banned. But I feel like maybe vice versa would anticipate that and lock in something like an enchantress. We'll have to see.
I mean, an enchantress could be a really fun pick here. I personally would really like to see, like we said, the toy merchant, or maybe even like a different kind of rescuer. Someone who's able to kite and rescue, like a... Oh, and yeah, we did go ahead and see that first officer ban, so we may end up seeing the gravekeeper being brought out to play.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. As you said that, we got the gravekeeper message coming in. So that is going to be Prospector and Gravekeeper for our last two picks. So we are going to have a little bit of that harassment coming through with the Prospector, but I'm definitely very excited to see this team comp. It's a very aggressive team comp, I would say, with that Embalmer being able to provide kind of full map support here. Prospector, obviously a kind of more personal harasser, but with the Psychologist on the team able to heal teammates, and a Gravekeeper as well. We don't see a lot of Gravekeeper anymore.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
A lot of the hunters have relied on like speed and getting hits out and early away from the chair, which is something that we don't typically see too frequently.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see kind of these lesser picked rescuers come through. So having that Gravekeeper come out here is very fun. I feel like, and AAU is just kind of hanging on to that Gravekeeper. I feel like if we are looking at a Hermit, though, that could definitely be a little bit dangerous. Especially since, there's not really much a Gravekeeper can do against a Hermit, other than, shovel block, but, we'll have to see. Oh, it's going to be a wax artist instead.
Oh, a wax artist is definitely something that could potentially help, especially with that Prospector. So I typically see wax artists on maps more like Chinatown. We've seen him do very well here. Ever Sleeping is a pretty good map for him, able to be able to hit that wax, especially if he's in like the dancing geisha area, being able to kind of snipe the wax in different areas.
Yeah, it's very, very fun to watch a wax artist on this map. Sorry for begging for Hermit. That's my fault. I always kind of curse things, asking for hunters. But we are going to have the Persona Web's in, Embalmer is going to have Broken Windows and Flywheel. Psychologist is also going to have Broken Windows, Prospector on Flywheel, Gravekeeper on Tideturner. The latter three survivors are all going to have Borrowed Time, and our Embalmer is, unsurprisingly, not going to be carrying.
Yep, we may end up seeing the Embalmer spawn in an area that's like, hey, you want to chase me first? Because I'll be able to do everything and more, being able to kite and rescue myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely not be surprised to see that Embalmer coming up as bait. But additionally, I feel like maybe we could see that Psychologist being the first chase as well. But I feel like what I really do want to see is that Embalmer coming through as support. We've been seeing a lot of kind of self-serving Embalmers, which obviously does work. But I want to see a good teammate Coffin. That's what I want to see in this match.
You know, you never know. We could end up having like a super clutch dungeon Coffin that you see clipped on like Douyin and TikTok.
Yeah, it looks like we're heading into this sooner than later. So I do think if somehow Vice Versa survivors are able to get a 4-man escape, that will be the end, because there won't be any way for the points to kind of come back around. But again, that's a very big if.
Absolutely, but it does look like we are going to go ahead and get started. Taking a look, let's commentate on what the people are going to be wearing while they fight for their lives. Let's see, we are going to see, you know, the Deduction Star. I would say one of Ada's best skins. I personally really enjoy Everlasting Night.
That is a very good skin. I'm also enjoying the space mining representation here on that Gravekeeper. Very, very good Gravekeeper skin. Gravekeeper doesn't really have a bad skin though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Train Conductor, who is amazing, and then the Logic Path skin, which is so cute.
And we have Sopping Wet Beast, my favorite B tier. Which, if you were like, Bones, what the hell are you talking about? Go into the B tiers and you'll figure it out for Gravekeeper. But we are going to get into the spawn picks here. Gravekeeper is going to be spawning in the center. Psychologist spawning in the house. Looks like we have Prospector over at the double 11 area, and Embalmer up in the corner ready to rotate into the graveyard. But I am Bones, this is Ray. We're here in the final round, or well, maybe we'll go to round 4, but we're here in the third round of the Checkmate finals here, with Ravens hunting, Vice Versa surviving. Vice Versa currently has a 5-point lead. Good luck to both teams.
We are going to go ahead and see the Wax Artist kind of head straight towards the Gravekeeper in middle. Not the most optimal chase with the Gravekeeper. Once he's in the shovel, he's unable to be affected by the Wax. However, it does look like he will be running right into the Hunter. A little unfortunate. And now that he was hit out of that shovel, he is not safe from the Wax.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see this Gravekeeper first chase. I'm honestly kind of surprised, but it does seem to be working out. And there is going to be our second hit. Wax Artist now has presence, can launch the Wax Globs, and we're going to teleport over to the Prospector here, changing targets immediately, making sure that the Gravekeeper won't be able to rescue when the time comes. Very aggressive strategy coming here from LX.
Oh, being able to just barely get the hit off.
Ooh.
Oh, beautiful flywheel to avoid that hit, and just trying to keep the Wax Artist as far away as possible. Oh, but this is not optimal. It looks like we are going to go ahead and see him taken up by that hot wax.
Yep,
with
but
no
dropping the
flywheel.
pallet. Ooh.
Stunning Terror Shock, going ahead and giving Wax Artist that full presence ability, and he does also now is able to lock off that Gravekeeper Cypher with the glob of wax.
Yeah, that was a very, very long launch there, but it did in fact lock the Cypher. Gravekeeper just kind of waiting there, hoping that it decides to unlock itself. But we are seeing that the Psychologist did heal Gravekeeper up, so he will be able to come in for that rescue.
Yeah, honestly, really good job putting a glob in middle. Just preventing that Cypher from being worked on as well. Lots of pressure coming in from this Wax Artist.
Yeah, playing a little bit around this pallet here, just trying to lock off the Gravekeeper. Oh, beautiful usage of the shovel that actually canceled the wax! And we're going to see a hit in on the Prospector, but I do believe that was right before half. Beautiful job there by the Gravekeeper. Just heading into that shovel for half a second, hopping out of it, and missing that Terror Shock as well! Wow!
Great job from the Gravekeeper, really showing what he can do and the different kinds of abilities that he has. And you did get your wishbones. We are going to go ahead and see the Prospector being revived by his teammate.
Prospector is taking full advantage of that temporary immunity there, just going to drop that pallet, but looks like that wax is accumulating faster than it is slower, and we are going to see Prospector go down.
And just at the most unfortunate time as well, considering the flywheel was just online as soon as he went down.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate there, but Prospector will be returning to the manor here. And it looks like we're actually... Oh, Gravekeeper was able to be healed up at just the last second there before the wax started raining down upon them. And Embalmer is going to take this chase. We do have Flywheel in play here. We could potentially Flywheel the wax here. Unfortunately, no. Going to get hit by the wax bomb, and Embalmer will go down.
Yeah, just an amazing job from the Wax Artist, putting basically non-stop pressure on this team. Not really letting them decode or get a second to breathe. But if you look, we're almost entirely out of wax, so it does come back very quickly.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there with that rationing, but of course it does regenerate very, very quickly here. We will see the Gravekeeper Cypher pressured once again, not wanting him to go in for that rescue. Psychologist all the way across the map here looking for a Cypher. But it looks like we're just going to keep locking off the Gravekeeper Cypher, even when he's not over there, just passively wanting to get that through. We do have another shovel here, so we could potentially do another one of those wax tricks, but it looks like we're just going to opt to lock off this pallet here. Oh, a little bit of a mistiming there on the hot wax. Gravekeeper is going to take a basic hit, though, but unfortunately not going to get double hit. Beautiful use of that final shovel just to body block, but the Wax Artist's hit recovery is very, very fast. So not going to delay as much as maybe another hunter, but we are going to be able to continue this chase, and I do think that we can embalm the Gravekeeper here.
And it does look like that is what the Embalmer plans to do. So you have 100% gotten your wish of the Embalmer using his skill to assist his teammates rather than himself.
Yeah, it's always very fun to see kind of that assist Embalmer rather than the well, I mean, self-confident is never a bad thing, but it's always fun. Oh, it looks like we might be having some lag issues, but it's not going to be a problem just yet. LX is still going to be able to get a basic hit in on the Psychologist. And it looks like we're actually going to switch targets over to where the Embalmer has been decoding.
Yeah, just an absolutely phenomenal job from everybody on the team. And the Ciphers are trying to come along. We do have all of the ciphers on the map opened up, with Psyche being on the last cipher.
Yup, Embalmer is going to go down here though, and with no coffin to really work with, that is unfortunately going to be his second chair, which will give him another coffin, interestingly enough. So we could definitely see that if he's able to be rescued here, we could see that coming in handy. But the last cipher is right next to the Embalmer's chair. Gravekeeper trying to be hard at work on that, but unfortunately it's just going to be locked off once again. Psychologist in the area, maybe trying to go for that rescue. But it actually looks like she's going to go ahead and decode the cipher near the coffin, which is at about 60%, I want to say. Yeah, it's at about 60%. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to comfortably rescue that Embalmer.
A little unfortunate for them. The Embalmer did just kind of did a fantastic height, but not quite enough to really. Oh, did go ahead and see the red light trick play, kind of forcing the Gravekeeper into a different area. But we are going to go ahead and see the Cypher pop. Absolutely great job as we head into the end game. This is looking like a potentially 3-man elimination, as the Psychologist is already working on that gate.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is that Vice Versa wants to avoid a 4-man elimination here, just so that it doesn't end up a tied game. Because if there was... Oh, teleported, but going to get knocked out of it by the tram! That is going to be a confirmed escape for the Psychologist!
Absolutely amazing job! Oh my goodness! Just unfortunate timing. Tram is the newest survivor on the team.
Tram coming in as the #1 MVP harasser.
Absolutely amazing. That quite literally saved that Psychologist.
Wow.
Yeah, just really wonderful to see.
The timing, I guess, not even on purpose, just the absolute luck that came through with that tram at the last possible second. Absolutely incredible there. And yeah, just so unfortunate. I don't think I actually checked if it was open, like if the gate had already been open, but I do wonder if it was.
Oh my goodness. We would have to go back and take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah, because it was at 50% and then the hit, and then the tram hit, yeah. I don't think it was open yet. That definitely could have, possibly secured, a 4-man elimination there. Just so unlucky. But, wow. That does not happen every day.
I don't think I've ever seen a tram cancel out a trait like that. Oh my goodness.
It's right at the end of the animation too. That teleport nearly went through, but the tram.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my god. Yeah, tram pro harasser.
Yeah, the tram was like, I know what needs to be done.
Yeah, tram is biased. Actually, Vice Versa hacked the game, and is controlling the tram.
Oh my goodness. Just trust.
For the record, that's a joke. That is a joke.
For legal reasons, we are joking.
But yeah, just what an end game there. And very lucky too, because that does mean I think with that result we do still need to have a 4-survivor escape to bring it back for Ravens. So in terms of a win condition, that is really not easy. But yeah, came very so close there. To getting that 4-man elimination. Unfortunately, that's just not going to be the case here. But we will be getting into our second half band picks. So the global bands here are Coordinator, Gardener, Barmaid, and Entomologist. And Yindi is going to ban Priestess and Mercenary.
Yep, and it looks like we could still see something like the female dancer or, the toy merchant being brought out, as these are just both really strong maps for them, being able to provide passive support as well as being able to kite on their own. Overall, though, we may end up seeing kind of a throwaway, perhaps for a different round. We may end up seeing maybe something like a painter being picked up and put away for the final round.
We are really banking on that painter today.
We're trying. We're manifesting.
We're trying very hard.
Merchant.
Yeah. Painter and Toy Merchant. First 2 picks. Come on, Ravens. We're going to ban the Opera and the Night Watch. Night Watch definitely an understandable ban coming out here, especially since we did get a draw with it in the last match. As well as Night Watch is still pretty strong on Ever Sleeping Town. It looks like we are going to get some unconventional picks here, or one unconventional pick here, with the Weeping Clown, as well as the Seer being locked in right away, not wanting to waste any time locking in that Seer. And yeah, it's always fun to see a Seer, and the Weeping Clown as well, not something that we see every day.
Yeah, no, typically Weepy is a specialized pick, really only being seen in like the later rounds when you really need somebody. We are going to see a Prospector ban. Makes sense. Maybe didn't want to deal with the harassment or the kiting potential of the Prospector. But a Wildling pick. Okay, so they're definitely going off meta here, trying to see what they can do. I wonder what they're cooking up in there, in the in the Ravens laboratory.
in the Ravens kitchen.
Yeah, what are they cooking?
They're definitely cooking a very, very tanky team. Looking at that Weeping Clown, looking at that Wildling, very aggressive here, not wanting anybody to be chased. They're like, do not chase me, do not chase me. Go chase the Seer, go ahead, have fun with that one. But yeah, just very aggressively not wanting anyone on this team to be chased. Which is always fun to see, these anti-chase comps coming out when they need that 4-man elimination. Or 4-man escape, my bad.
I mean, honestly, yeah, just a really great job from everybody on both teams. An interesting pick. And we are going to see an Antiquarian ban and a little girl pick.
Oh, wow. This actually does make a lot of sense with this kind of anti-chase comp here. The little girl can latch to any one of them and immediately gets such a kiting advantage here. Kind of such a kiting advantage, as well as, it goes both ways, because the little girl can do a lot of really effective kite support, as well as kind of having her kite supported by latching to, the Wildling. So it's a strategy that we haven't seen in a while, but definitely a very, very fun one. And this is going to be a fun final match here.
Yeah, just really excited to see the off-meta choices here. Just very excited to see. I wonder what the Hunter could pick here to kind of shut this down. We could see something like a Soul Weaver able to catch up really quickly, or maybe a character like the Geisha.
Yeah, that would a Geisha or a Soul Weaver. Any hunter that can move fast, break a lot of distance at once would be very, very effective here, I think. But we really will just have to see. I mean, Yindi also has a very deep hunter pool, so I would not be surprised to see something interesting. We could also see maybe that Wuchang making a return here, but it looks like we are going to get those Persona Webs in before we think about hunting. So we're going to see the Wildling. Oh, we're bringing triple Tide here. We're bringing the Wildling, Little Girl, and Weeping Clown, all with that Tide Turner Seer with Broken Windows. This feels like an opera singer match setup.
This is what the meta wants. I've been talking about how Triple Tide is great against the opera singer, so maybe they're cooking.
Yeah, they're definitely All right, looks like we are going to be going with that Wuchang pick here. Not the Hellember. We will be going with the Wuchang definitely. I feel like because we only need one elimination once again, we have seen that Yindi can be very successful with getting that one-man elimination, even with a team that is trying so hard to get that four-man escape.
Absolutely. Just overall something really exciting to watch go down as we come to the finals of Vice Versa versus Ravens. It's the dawn of the final match. We'll be doing best of 3.
Yeah, it is a best of 3 here. I did kind of wish for a best of 5. But also, hello Eric, thank you for supporting the commentators in your final match. It was very, very appreciated. I was not commentating on that one, so I wasn't able to kind of say anything then, but it is very nice to see you coming back here to support the final round. So thank you for that, and also thank you for everybody else for listening to us, supporting these teams as well, as we head into what I don't think there's a round 4 situation here. I think this is going to be the final match, regardless of the result. But yeah, we will be heading into this. Very, very exciting team comp here, and a lot of potential here as well to maybe get that 4-man escape. So we will be getting the spawn picks in. We've got Wildling over at double 11. Weeping Clown spawning in the middle, interestingly enough. I wonder if they're going to swap that with the... No, Wildling is going to stay down there. Weeping Clown in the center. Seer spawning over at the exit gate, and Little Girl spawning in near the corner house. So Yindi is going to spawn in the center house. So, but again, this is a Wuchang, can teleport to anywhere on the map. I wonder if we're going to have a little bit of battle of the teleports here with the Little Girl at the start of the game. But anyway, we are going to get right into it. I am Bones. This is Ray with me. We are heading into the second half of the Checkmate Championship Finals. Vice versa, hunting. Ravens surviving. Ravens needs a 4-man escape here in order to win. So good luck to both teams.
Yeah, but we are going to go ahead and get started, moving straight into middle, potentially wanting to chase that Weeping Clown. Heading over to actually the Seer. Overshot the umbrella just a tad, but now that we're in Blackguard form, we are looking at a pretty decent first start. Just going ahead. And once again, we are bringing Insolence and the Intention. Very nice owl from Foxy.
Yeah, very effective there. Looks like we are going to get very nicely timed there as well. Right at the end of the Insolence, we're going to get basically an extra hit in there for our presence meter. But a second hit there before the owl even has a chance to return. Seer will be going down, and that is nearly at full presence already. So very effective use of that Insolence build. And not a lot of teammate support coming in just yet. It is a little bit early for that. The Cyphers are about halfway through the first 3, which is kind of to be expected. You know, we do have a Wildling on the team, so decoding is going to be a little bit slow. But we will see.
Looks like we are going to see the Weeping Clown going for the rescue, trying to come in a little sneakily.
Very nice use of the bell there, trying to just delay as long as possible. Nice rocket as well, getting that stun in, just wasting as much time as possible for this Seer, but it does look like we are going to get the teleport here. And oh,
Happy
soul siphoning the
birthday.
Seer right before that window, so unable to vault. And Seer also does not have another owl, so we will be heading into our second chair here. And our ciphers are kind of slowing down here with that second elimination. We've got one at about 60%, but it's been abandoned, and another one at like 20.
Overall, it's just the survivors, Ravens are in a bit of a tough pinch. They're gonna have to try and protect the sphere for 3 ciphers, which I don't know will be entirely possible.
Yeah,
Considering we
definitely. Oh, but Wilding is going to take that body block. We do still have Blink online, so we could definitely see that coming through soon. But oh! We are going to get that hit in on the Seer, and that will be the end of it. But wait, Weeping Clown is in the area. Oh, but we're going to see the drop.
Oh, a little unfortunate that was predicted. And we do see a little bit of a dance, but this is going to be VV's game. Overall, absolutely amazing job. However, we do still have the rest of the game to play with happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Yindi, being the champion hunter today for vice versa.
But we are going to go ahead and see the Weeping Clown go down here, potentially being sent to basement. But, oh.
You have Wildling still in the area, trying to harass here, but I don't think Yindi is going to allow it to happen unless... Oh, not quite. Weren't quite able to get that stun in. Wildling is going to be knocked off his boar, and that will be the Weeping Clown's first chair. But congratulations to Vice Versa for being our Checkmate champions, and also congratulations to Ravens for making it this far, being one of the strongest teams that we have in this tournament, and giving us just some amazing matches throughout today. So even if they weren't able to secure the championship, still an incredibly talented team, and yeah, just wonderful matches that we've had today as well. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely, but the game's not over yet. They do still have the ability to try and... Oh!
That is going to be our second tram hit of the day. It looks like, yeah, I do think that we are not quite taking this very seriously here. I do enjoy the Weeping Clown dance coming here from Pablo. Wildling is going to be heading to the basement. It looks like we are going to try and use Wildling as a weapon a little bit, just to knock off that Weeping Clown. But Wildling will be heading towards the back of the basement. Not a struggle in sight. And is Weeping Clown going to go for this rescue?
Yeah. He's gonna get it, trust and believe.
Yeah. No. Seer 12 Cypher Kite.
Exactly. Overall, though, an absolutely stunning match, but we do see that the little
like
girl...
the tram.
Exactly.
Sorry, we are getting a little bit silly with it, but I think the sentiment is reflected in the teams, so you know how it is.
Oh no.
Very nice page there. Unfortunately, it's going to be what it is. Another nice page, just knocking Wuchang out of that Soul Siphon. But oh, and a pallet stun as well. Are we gonna be able to get dungeon here? I do think we are going to allow a dungeon escape for the little girl. maybe.
Um,
Okay, just a little bit of insurance there, knocking Yindi off of the. We did get to watch out for nearby trams, so I think if the match had lasted a little longer, we might have seen another tram hit. But thank you guys so much for watching, for engaging with our silliness. Thank you again to Ali, Junie, all of the staff on this tournament. Thank you to Galia and BT for commentating before, and to all of the other commentators who have joined us throughout the tournament. There's been quite a few. We have gone through many commentators, worn them out, and replaced them with new ones. So yeah, and thank you to Ray for joining me kind of last second here, and putting up with me as well. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I am very happy to call this my second Checkmate commentating, and it's been so much fun as always. Even with the delays, even with everything that's happened, I am so happy that we were able to still complete the tournament. And obviously, congratulations to all of the teams that have taken part in this tournament, but especially to Vice Versa for winning.
Absolutely.
And yeah, being our Checkmate Championship team.
Good game, everybody. Thank you guys again so much for coming in, showing up, and having a grand old time.
Yeah, it's always very fun. And also, shout outs to Ravens and Yindi as well for having a lot of fun in that final match. But yeah, what a great ending here.
And the MVP is going to be Tram.
Tram MVP. I do think that the Tram MVP is very, very much deserved here. We have seen so much Tram action today, and it's been wonderful. I do think that my mic cut off my scream at the teleport cancel, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that. But let it be known that I did scream very hard when that happened. It scared me.
Absolutely insane being able to see exactly how this played out. But thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for supporting Checkmate. You guys have a great rest of your day. I am Ray. This is Bones, and thank you guys again so much for showing up and showing out.
Yeah, where can we find you after this, Ray?
I don't have social media. Don't talk to me.
Well, I do have social media. Shameless plug here. I am Lethal Crash on Twitter. I am 206bones with 2 underscores because all the other versions of the name were taken. On Twitch, I stream probably a couple times a week or so. And I do commentary as well as mediocre gameplay. But I do commentary. I love commentary, and that's, most of what I do. But yeah. You can find me there, if you, for some reason, enjoy listening to me. And sometimes I have Ray on my streams, so if you liked Ray more than you liked me, then you can go find that. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for joining us. Thank you guys for watching the tournament. Thank you to all the teams for playing in the tournament, and thank you to everybody running it, supporting us, etc., etc. I've said this multiple times already, but it has been such a genuine pleasure. And with that, have a great rest of your night. Make sure to collect all of the rewards from the crossover before it's over in a couple weeks, and I will see you later.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
He didn't miss the trap, it still clipped it. The excitement, not gonna get a hit though! That vault speed just barely saved him.
It's a man, this boy, bro. Get him!
Here, but ooh,
Great body block on the mercenaries, and we did see that blink come out.